So in FC25, during footies, like most years, you can grind anything. It's an unlimited grind. At the moment, it takes a little bit more time. Once we get into 10, 20, 30 SBCs a day in terms of the 84 times 10 and the 85 times 10, that just makes life a lot easier. And then eventually you do get to the unlimited. So the grind itself is coming to a close where it's not necessarily that you have to really have a thought of how you do it, because literally you just have to keep completing them. It's that simple to do. So today I'm going to show you how do you finish some of your best SBCs. I'm on a brand new kind of account that I don't use at all, so I can show you what we've got for today. So if we are looking at these two as the more specifics, we'll get rid of all of these because we don't really need these just yet. These are what you want to start with at the absolute minimum. Obviously, the 85 times 10 is going to be the perfect one to start with if you have got a team of the week or team of the season. So as you'll see, this club in itself has got very little of everything. In the storage, we've got pretty much nothing. So we'll throw a bit of everything in just to show you how you basically start this grind from pretty much a very bog standard club in general, because it's that simple to kind of go with. As you'll see, we've managed to do a couple of the upgrades during last week. I think I was probably doing another video, but in terms of what we've got to grind to get this done is very, very simple. What I would suggest is getting loans turned off would be fantastic in this, because we don't need them at all. Is that loans off? Beautiful. So obviously we need to make an 86 rated team, which again shouldn't be too difficult, and I'll show you the way of how you grind that out prior. Now, the only other thing is that there is only a limited amount of team of the season, so you might have to juggle a few things around. If obviously you don't get a team of the season straight away, that is absolutely fine as well. Sometimes you can be lucky, sometimes you might not be. So I wanted him there. Let's move him down to the bench just to see if we could just save a couple of players, because naturally, whilst you're starting out, you might want to save a couple of higher rated players just so you could throw them into the next one if you don't get too lucky, which again is not a problem. So we got the 86 in there. Beautiful. So that's the first one done. Like I say, normally you will get a solid amount of high rated fodder. It is purely down to that team of the week or team of the season that makes it that little bit more difficult to just go straight back into it. So there is ways around that as well that we'll kind of go through. So the first one we're going to get something, hopefully. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. We get a team of the season, which is always nice. So that already gets us through the hard bit. Obviously, there's multiple as well. It's not as if this is the only one. I think we get Kanu as well. But this is not going to be the only one. We need quite a few of them. With obviously that 84 times 10 as well. But we get a 95 team of the season. Now, if I weren't going to get that team of the season, that's a beautiful amount of rewards. What you could do is obviously that team of the week pick. If then you didn't want to do the team of the weeks, you can buy team of the seasons. It's not completely against the rules. They are about 10 to 12k at this point, so you don't need to worry too much. But say I need to save any team of the season, I don't get one, then just going and doing the 84 team of the week is not a bad thing. It's an 83 rated team and it will give you an 84. So I personally would say is once you've done the first set of 84s and 85 times 10, if you then don't have 10 other team of the season or team of the weeks for tomorrow, then I'd potentially just go ahead and stack a few of these ready to go in. So literally, quite simply, I don't know what I've got in the club actually. I was going to say, I bet I've got bronzes in here. So if I go and just go gold, I do have a few I thought I might have done, so let's just go ahead and whack. Okay, we can whack Ake in, and let's go ahead and whack a few others. I didn't know how stocked this club is with kind of your lower rated cards, but we do seem to have a few of the others as well. So I realistically need just an 83 rated team anyway, so we'll throw a few 84s in and hopefully save ourselves some 83s on the way as well. So we'll just keep mixing it across and just make this really, really easy. Like I say, you don't need to put the lowest in. You can just go ahead and make 83s in, and that should be fine. So that's 82, and this should be, oh, that's 83. Beautiful. So that'll be one of them. So this is going to be just an easy one we can throw in if you want to get a team of the week rather than a team of the season. It's a repeatable one. You can keep grinding it out. It's nice and simple. So that is one that I personally would use if you are trying to save the team of the seasons for player SBCs, because naturally the whole point of this is to complete any of your SBCs you want. We got a cheeky Lucy Bronze, which is an 86, which is fantastic. Sometimes you get higher rated, sometimes you don't, but it's not a problem because we have plenty of players to go around. So naturally, like I say, these are going to be the things that you want to complete every single day. It's a nice and easy objective to do. It shouldn't take you too long to get most of them done. Like I say, if you want to go with your 85s and then put in a few higher rated cards, try and utilize kind of a bit of everything. And naturally, you just want to get yourself stuck into some good fodder into the game. So that is going to be the best way to do it. Then from there, we'll finish this one off and we won't spend all our time doing these. But once you've kind of done this, naturally then you're thinking, well, I need to finish SBCs. You naturally can get good players from this as well, but the whole point of the video is how do I complete the player SBCs? How do I go and finish Yapstam, Pedro Neto, Caicedo, Vitinha all in one go? Now obviously it's going to take time. It's not as if this is going to be an unlimited grind that just gets you everything straight away on the hour. It takes a little bit of time whilst we don't have the complete unlimited repeatable side of this. We're going to get Kerr? I don't even know. Naturally, that is going to be the biggest kind of factor for this. So we do get Carlos Alberto, Fowler. We get Harry Kuehl as well, nice one, and Mahrez also. Some good fodder players there. So what I'd do from here is I'd finish all of them them SBCs, because they're going to be the ones that you want to finish on the daily. Then if you're thinking, well, okay, I finished all them, I may have had a few extra 90s here and there, that should get you started with a lot of SBCs. So for instance, say I want to finish a Mycon at this point. We've got 5 days left, and I've got, okay, 92, 92, 92, 91. You've got a lot of SBCs to finish. 5 days, meaning I've got 5 rotations of these as well, of all of the SBCs. More than likely, by next week, we'll see maybe 15 to 20 SBCs, depending on how quickly they'll ramp up. But if we go into the club, I'm thinking, I don't really need, say I take away these because we didn't get these. I've got all of these players, for instance, that I've just now accumulated from just doing them upgrades. Naturally, I don't need to put 90s into that 86 rated SBC. So I can just go ahead and whack in as many of these 90 plus players that we've managed to get. We got Mahrez twice. We got obviously an icon. We should be able to make at least a 90 or 91 just off 2 of them SBCs in themselves. Because as you saw, we didn't have many high rated players in themselves. So it might not be enough to get the 92. But as you see, we're already at a 91 with a team that we don't need to put back into that 85 times 10. Plus then any 84 times 10. We've got 7 of them to grind out. It should at least give you 1 or 2 SBCs pretty much without doing anything more. So then if I'm thinking I've done my daily 84 times 10 and 85s, what I do from there is then I grind the other SBCs. I'll grind in the 86 player picks. I'll grind in, or I think it's the 87 player picks now. We'll grind them 1 of 3. Obviously I've got 5 of them. That is just going to be an 85 rated SBC. Most of the 85s are not going to be needed in these higher rated SBCs as well. But from there, if I want to grind out any more fodder, the 83 1 of 3 is going to be a perfect way. If I've not done the crafting upgrade, the grinding upgrade, they are going to be perfect to throw into there as well. So obviously with the 83 1 of 3, what I would kind of be utilising here is I'd then just go ahead and utilise all of the commons that I've got and the 4 rares that I need to throw in. That is going to be pretty simple as well, depending on If you want to throw in the commons here, you can obviously go ahead and just whack the rares in yourself, or you could just go ahead and use all the rares, so the 79 all the way to say 82s, and utilize them, and the commons could go into the crafting upgrade to finish that objective, and you just keep grinding through here. Sometimes you get some 84s, sometimes you get a team of the season. I mean, I couldn't have worked that any better, but that is the kind of possibility of this grind as well. If then I go from there and I don't necessarily have the fodder that I want, the good thing with this is we do have a beautiful shapeshifter or squad shifter objective that we can do, or SBC, that will give you these. So 88s, 87s and 89s are going to be perfect for this. It does give you a solid amount of fodder going back into it, and if you're not ready for any SBCs yet, you just throw these into them instead. So we throw in all of our 89s if we can, throw up to like 90 or 91 if you've got a lot of kind of back catalogue as well, and the 94s and above, 93s and above can help you do more of the squads. Sometimes you can get all 4 89s back in one pack, sometimes you get one, maybe you get none, depending on the look, but the fodder that it brings back, for instance, a lovely team of the season, what we can do from here is we can go ahead and put stuff back into other SBCs. So if I was to work this out, we obviously got a 96, great for SBCs, a 90 back into the 89, Rolfo back into the 89. You could even throw an 88 back in as well, and then when you go to the back catalogue of all this, we've got 85s, all of that jazz, but all of these commons could be put into crafting upgrade cards. So that is the kind of big thing, and I've got a few kind of non-players here that we could throw into coins, but that's the point. You put all of that SBC back into the grind. You don't basically ruin anything. You just go ahead and whack everything back in. So for instance, if I was just really focusing on the squad shifters from there until we get a full storage or so, would go into the 88 and see if we can try our luck to get another 2 of obviously them beautiful 89. So obviously we'll go with Lewandowski, would go with Paredes, and then obviously you can go for higher as well. So if we really wanted to, we could throw the 89s in. I don't know if we had anything in the storage, but obviously here. So even if I wanted to do it, so say, okay, I've not got the 88s I wanted, I go back to the 89s, and maybe, yeah, you've got one left to do. I just go ahead and buy one player. It's not going to break the bank. Looking at Footbin, if I go over to see who the cheapest 89 is, if you are that low on stuff at the moment and just want to throw something in, I know we've got an 89, I just go and find a 90 instead. It is that simple, but obviously having a few 90s, we can go ahead and throw one more in and try it again. From there, I'd utilize all the golds into the 83 picks, into the crafting upgrades, and that will still give me then another go round. We then go ahead and finish any more of the SBCs, we come back and do more of these. It's a constant cycle of just grinding out as much as possible. From here, 92, 90, 88, so we're one away from doing the 88 upgrade. Again, if you want to utilize any of your other 89s, we got another 88 here. So this again is going to be a fantastic one. I know you won't necessarily have any tradable cards, but if you do so happen to have any tradable, just discard them, get the coins back. Just gives you some more power or leverage when it comes to buying players. But again, when we go into the favorites now, we look at that 88 and think, okay, we didn't get the 89s we want. We've got the 88s we want instead, because we're just trying to kind of bargain up ourselves all of our 91s and above, or 92s and above, as much as possible before going into the next SBC that we want to complete. So again, we just go ahead and whack these in. Sometimes you can get duds, sometimes you can get pretty good upgrades on this. Obviously, this is not going to give you any commons or any upgrades on that side, so I would focus on the 89s as much as I can, but the 88s aren't a bad upgrade if you are trying to get some more fodder in. It's good if you're not necessarily needed any 88s as well. So in this one specifically, we're going to get a winter wildcard, and we are going to get a 90, 89, so it gives us ourselves again more upgrades and some more fodder to go into team of the week picks, into more of the 84 and 85 times 10s, and also the 87 player picks. It is just a constant cycle round, finishing all your daily upgrades, seeing where your club's at, and then going from there. If I wanted to look now at the 87 player pick, for instance, just to show you what one looks like in terms of finishing it, if I go, what do? We go gold, and what I'll do from here is if I go and do 84s, We'll do 84s because we should have enough to go into the 85s from here. We go storage and just see what we've got. We've got 80. Okay, we've got pretty much the max there. So let's go into the club instead, and then I'll go into gold rares and we'll just put in a few of the 86s as well as then the 85s just to finish off one of these. It doesn't really matter. This account isn't necessarily going to be utilized for anything, but that should be enough for the 85. Beautiful. I don't know if that was one too many, but regardless, this is another one that gives you a chance at a really high rated pull because naturally you want to try and get footies as well. Perfect to 91. We get 87 and a 96. I mean, again, perfect. Great for either the 85 grind or for a upgrade SBC, for instance, something like Mycon on that 92, if they require a team of the season. And that's all you've got to do. You then, if you want to wait for the daily, obviously finish off that, finish all your dailies, and you just keep going around into the squad shifters, into then the upgrades of the 83 1 of 3, into the footage crafting upgrade. And that's as simple as it goes. Making sure you've got Team of the Weeks and Team of the Seasons. Once we get into next week, we'll be able to obviously upgrade even more. When you've got more of the 84 and 85 times 10, it means the less squad shifters you've got to do, the less 81 or 83 1 of 3s that you've got to do. It predominantly just goes onto them. It's as simple as that. Let me know if you need any more guidance down below, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.